Come on, put your hands together. I'm so glad to see you. We're happy that you have tuned in to the Spice of Life. Oh, I got the wrong one, but it was Spice of Life Variety Show. We bring you greetings from West Angeles Church of God in Christ, where Bishop Charles C. Blake in Los Angeles, California, who is our presiding bishop of all of the Church of God in Christ churches worldwide, 6 million members strong, is our pastor. Assisted and beside him is our First Lady, May L. Blake. Thank you for tuning in. Come down any Sunday morning, Crenshaw and Exposition, join us. We'll be happy to have your presence with us, and just know that we welcome you. We invite you at this point to grab your pen and your paper, because we have some dynamic guests that you probably will want to contact. Once you hear their heart, I'm pretty sure you'll want to be a part. That kind of rhymes, kind of like a rapper. Once you hear their part, you want to be a part. Anyway, I'm not by myself. I am with a very special people, and one person in particular is Lady D. Lady D. Callahan, Deborah Callahan. How are you doing?
I'm just fantastic.
All right, now.
Sitting next to these finely dressed young black men.
All right, fine young men. All right. Okay. Now, so what's going on today?
Today we have a very important topic. It's so much going on in the world with our youth. So our topic today is impacting our youth. Because you know our youth are our most precious asset.
Yes.
We have to take care of them. So how we communicate with them, how we work with them, determines our impact on them. There's so many negative influences that impact them. Well, today we have two fine young men who have been impacted positively. I could tell the way they look and the way they're dressed. So they are the perfect ones to speak to our TV audience about impacting our youth, because they have some positive influences that they will discuss to impact our youth. Sitting right next to me, I want to welcome Mr. Jamal Abdullah.
All right.
And next to him, I'd like to welcome Nakia Gordon. Thank you for being our
Welcome,
guest.
you gentlemen. Welcome to the show. You are quite dashing in your suits. We're loving that. We are loving that. Well, we have a lot to cover, and we want to hear from you. So let's just dive on into the show. Did you both grow up in a home with a mom and a dad?
Well, for me, for the most part, it was my mom and my grandma that raised me. My father, you know, unfortunately, I only got to know him. I met him twice, and the second time was at his funeral. So, you know, but everything is a positive thing for me. So.
Okay, well, he missed out.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. You better know that. What about you, Jamal?
And as for myself, I grew up, for the most part, with my mother and my father. My grandfather was a big influence in my life. They from the South as well, and for the most part, my dad was there, my mother was there, but there was a part in time where my dad he was separated from us, but that's pretty much as far as my parents and childhood goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about sisters and brothers? Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have a little sister and a little brother. I am the oldest, so you know, I try to kind of be the mentor and the director, you know, to give them something positive to look up to let them know, you know, whatever you guys, you know, have experienced, I've experienced too, and the positive is within me, so you guys can attain that as well.
I am so proud to hear that. That blesses my heart, because you are striving to be their mentor. You are striving to set the example. You are striving to lay good ground. And you know what? You are well doing it, baby boy.
Thank you very much.
You are well doing it.
Great role model.
Oh my goodness! And to take on that responsibility, Lady D. I mean, that is just awesome.
Thank you.
You know, and commendable.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay. What about you? Do you have sisters and brothers?
I have 3 sisters, and I have 2 brothers. And I'm I guess the third child.
Oh.
The third child.
The third child, okay. So really and truly, you're not alone. So you also have people to sort of be a mentor to.
Oh, definitely. My sisters are all younger than me.
Are you rough on their friends?
Oh my Jesus!
Are you rough, Jamal?
I'm not rough.
You're right.
I'm just a concerned brother.
Very well stated. Very well stated. Well, I do want to cover where you are today, but before we do that, how was, I know you grew up in a home with your mom and your grandmother and your mom, but what happened along the way in Europe first with your mom?
Well, for the most part, you know, my mom was addicted to the illness of crack cocaine for, about 15 to 20 years of my life. So the majority of my life I was raised by my grandmother, who was my grandmother, my grandfather, my mother, my father, my everything. And, you know, it was a bit difficult to go to school every day and to try to remain positive. You know, my mom would be gone sometimes 3 to 6 months at a time. I don't know, you know, where she was or if she was okay. But God is awesome, and He can take anything. He can take no matter who you are, where you are, what you are, and turn you into someone. You just have to want it. And you know, my childhood was instrumental to me because I was able to endure that. So, you know, but thank God my mom has been clean and sober for the past 8 years now. She'll be celebrating her 8-year anniversary, I do believe in June. So it's been an extreme blessing, you know, overcoming that. So it was wonderful, you know.
Right. And that's significant. And what that's significant that we want to bring that in, because so many, unfortunately, individuals have so many different challenges to wade through life. And so, but you are living proof that you can overcome even the most difficult situations without mom and dad being a positive role model in the house. What about you, Jamal?
Well, my father at a certain point was addicted to crack cocaine as well. But as a kid, as I grew up, I didn't feel none of that. My mother, I attribute that to my mother being the woman she was, you know, working so hard, and me being an adult now, knowing exactly what it took, you know, to have 3 kids, you know, and to make nothing, to make something out of nothing. And my grandparents, like I say, while my mom was continuing to further her education and go to school, my dad wasn't there. My grandparents, you know, made us feel like, you know, there was nothing that we couldn't have, and so I didn't experience that. That's that part of the challenge of seeing my dad as the crackhead, besides knowing what he was doing.
Right.
But my challenges came differently, like through cancer when I was young and whatnot. But that's when I really felt it. That's when my life kind of slowed down, and I
mean,
felt.
You said cancer?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, really?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I had lymphoma leukemia. So at 12 years old, and I was given, you know, a certain amount of time to live, but God saw differently. And so that's my testimony as far as the purpose that God has for my life. And so, you know, and what we're doing is just. You know.
Wow. And of course, you don't mind me asking because you're younger than I am. So how old are you now?
I'm 29 years old.
Wow. So we're talking about 17 years later. You're not supposed to be here.
No, man.
You're not supposed to be here.
God said different. And, what can you do? I mean, I'm 30, and as we look back over our lives, it's funny because a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years ago, we envisioned you know, trying to change our community one day at a time. And when you kind of get through a moment to where it gets a little tough, God has a way of sending you down this time channel where He shows you everything that He's brought you from. And I can see so many things that could have kept me as well as him from not being here. But when He has something ordained for your life, He won't let anything get past you. He'll let it get to you, but it's just to show you that you can get around it. It's just to show you that you can overcome it, to build you up to be stronger and to attain everything that He has set for you. So it's the partnership that we have is past business. It's brothers.
Wow.
You know, if you ask his mom, she'll say that I'm her son, and if you ask my mom, she'll say that he's her son. So, you know, we really have another brother on both sides.
So really you should have increased that
Yeah,
number.
exactly.
I counted him. I counted him. I was going to talk about him.
So did I, because I'm older than him. So he's still my younger brother.
You still a big brother. Okay. Now professionally, not necessarily, but professionally, what are you doing? What's going on now professionally?
Well, we have an organization.
No, not now, but the other. I mean, what else are you doing besides that?
Well, we work for. I work for West Angeles Church of God in Christ,
Okay.
where I kind of dual on the accounting department, as well as I assist on the IT. I'm on the internal support group, and what I do there is, you know, I input the money that we make per Sunday, and as well as teach classes to my employees to help them to understand the different systems that we use at West Angeles, and make sure that they can understand all the programs, and to give any IT help that I can assist with, and pretty much that's it.
Hey, that's the career for this present day and time.
Yes, it is.
You know, I mean, you need to be up in the IT computer world, huh?
Yes,
In
yes,
any
yes,
aspect,
yes.
huh?
Oh, yeah.
What about you, Jamal?
Well, ma'am, I do sales and marketing
Okay.
for the Press Enterprise newspaper. It's a newspaper in Riverside County, big newspaper. And I work in the circulation department, where I oversee accounts and create new accounts and maintain the ones we have, things of that nature. Yeah.
You know, as a mother who has 3 sons, we're celebrating you on a personal.
Thank
I'm
you.
celebrating you
Thank you.
because I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm just so
Thank
proud of you. Lady D, I can't be any prouder. I'm pretty sure you can either.
That's right.
Especially as an educator, because you've seen
Exactly
both
right.
sides of the fence.
That's right. Oh, yeah.
Of children, you know. Now, okay, let's jump on in.
Okay.
Now you feel a passion. You're following a passion.
Yes.
What has been established? What is this transcending from the bottom up? What is that?
Well, Transcending from the Bottom Up is our nonprofit organization, and our organization is geared and directed towards empowering inner city youth. You know, growing up in the inner city, you come to a lot of challenges to seeing an environment that kind of just whittles away every day. You see people who don't want anything from their lives. They stand on the same corner doing the same thing every day. And as a youth, when you see that, you don't really have a vision, you don't have a focus, because we haven't been introduced to a lot of things, be it financial struggles of growing up in that type of environment, as well as just an opportunity to see, to go places, to experience different things. And what we want to do is we want to give those kids an opportunity to have visions, to dream, and to let them know that, you know, you can turn a big dream into a reality. Don't allow this nightmare to make your whole life. You can change that and be a positive influence to someone else who then comes up from what you haven't gone through, that may be worse or may not be as bad. But, you know, that's what our program really much encompasses.
Wow.
There's so many programs that at the top where kids in a lot of suburbs area get a chance to have at their disposal, where these kids in the inner city don't have these type of programs. So we would like to bring these type of programs to the inner city and give a parent a chance to give that to their child. You know, like the Boys Club. I went there 2 weeks ago to drop my nephew off there, and there was paid programs, you know. So a lot of these parents don't have the means to allow their child to go to something like that because of finances or whatnot. So we want to be the avenue or the option that provides that to the inner cities throughout America, if possible.
And we understand, you know, Martin Luther King fought for us to have a lot. And unfortunately, our particular generation, we didn't really have anything to fight for. Everything was kind of given to us. Once we got to the level of understanding what Dr. King's dream was, or is, is, because it's still going on today, you know, we didn't really have anything instilled in us to know how to keep the dream up, to know what to do to keep the dream going. And me, myself, Lady D, is an educator, and that's what I'm actually finishing up my credentials to be a school teacher. But I understand the difficulty of kids going to schools every day, and we fought so hard to have education be equal and have an equal opportunity in education, and for it to kind of rise up and then go right back down this hill again, to where we have minimal amounts of books in our inner city schools, minimal amounts of equipment. You know, our kids don't even want to go to school sometimes because of all the pressures of gangs and violence that we see on campus. So we want to give them something more than just what they see every day. You know, show them that your teacher may not care, but these two gentlemen who have gone through what you've gone through, maybe even worse than what you've gone through, we care about you, and we're willing to do everything that we can to let you know that we care about you.
That's powerful, because you are electing to put action with your
With their words,
message.
exactly.
And actions with when we don't have actions applied with the word, then it's ineffective.
Yes.
And so not
Yes.
only are you talking the talk, but you're also walking the walk, and then you're trying to open the door to make provision so that they can also come.
Yes, ma'am.
What would be your message to young men or women who indicate that, well, but you don't know what I'm experiencing, or okay, well, maybe you can sit there in your suit, and but what about me? You know, it's no hope for me. What would you say to the child who says there's no hope for me?
Well, I mean, I would show them pictures of me not being in a suit, not having the financial opportunity to be able to go afford a suit, or to not even understand what a suit meant, or how me being in a suit would change the perspective, just how people view me and how people look at me, and tell them my story. I'm not ashamed of anything. My story and my struggle is a complete blessing, and that's how I view it. There is no need for me to be ashamed of anything. God has brought me from something to something, and the something that I am now is 30 times more than the something that I was. And be it that I was able to overcome that, it was an inspiration to my mother to want to change her life, because she saw her son, who was really the oldest, go through these things, and really had to be there for my little brother and sister to get them to not look at it in a negative way, to make a positive out of a negative. And I will let them know, you know, nothing that you go through can defeat you, you know, unless you allow it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add?
Oh, well,
Is there anything else to add to that?
no, Brother McKee is right. He's definitely right. Yeah, with God and through hard work, anything is possible. Because like you guys talked about in the last show, there's struggle, and I don't care whatever you want to be. But without it, there's no progress. And I don't care if you want to be a janitor, you want to be a secretary, you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer, you're going to experience some struggle. And then I think that the beauty of that is that once you obtain what it is that you strive for, your goal, you value it more. The value of it is worth a whole lot more than it just being given to you and falling into your lap. You know, so I think that the more we implant that seed into a child's head to know that you can be whatever you want to be, you know, you don't lose until you actually give up.
See, ooh, that's
You know, you don't lose until you give up. It may not happen today, you know, but who's to say it won't happen tomorrow? It may happen 5 years from now. But the process, you get the joy through the process. If there's no process, there's no joy.
wow, that's powerful. That is powerful.
And if it happens tomorrow, it is your today. Because whenever it happens, that's when you begin to build. You know, you have to go through a level of struggle to understand success. There's no way that you would be able to appreciate success unless you go through enough struggle. Because that struggle, on top of struggle, on top of struggle, it only takes you higher to the platform of success. And that's what we're here to share.
Wow, Lady D, are we learning?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we really do. We are very impressed.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you, thank you.
Very
Proud
much
and
so.
impressed.
Thank you.
Now, if you have 4 wishes with concerning your transcending from the bottom up, and that's just so apropos because so many times, like you said, we start up here, but you have to come where I am and from the bottom up. That's just so profound. What 4 wishes would you want to be granted? And each one of you have 4 wishes.
Oh, wow. My first wish would be, you know, I live on what is called the east side of Los Angeles. And I moved to Georgia for a while. And to see the camaraderie and the brotherhood that we had amongst our people was something that when I come here, I don't see. It's a lot of us living in California, our parents are from the South. And once we get to a certain age, we don't have that. So I think my main wish would be for us to come together as one, and want to push each other. We have a crab in a barrel thing with our people for some reason.
Yes.
Once we see one person striving, we pull them down. That would be my first wish. My second wish would be that everyone who wants to take advantage of our nonprofit, use us. Please use me up. Take full advantage of me. Come talk to me. Come ask me. Come if you want me to come with you to your basketball game, to your test. I'll do it. My next wish would be that those that are affected by our program start programs of their own to help those that are younger than them, so it can be like a pull-up process to where we can all be at the top of this platform and enjoy the success. And I think my last dream, which is really my first, would be that everyone can see the God through us. They can see Jesus through us. They can see who Jesus is and who God is through us. And everything that we do, know first that we do it for the glory of God. Amen. That's number one. Amen. This is not an organization. This is a ministry, number one, to us. And we take full advantage of God giving this vision to us.
All right. All right, Mr. Jamal.
Well, ma'am, my first wish would be to world hunger. There's a lot of starving people around the world who need help, who don't have shelter, don't have food. And I've been in enough places around, out of the country to know that, it's bad. It's bad. And a lot of people need someone, so something, but really someone to help provide and to help, educate them on certain things that they may not even be aware of. And so that would be my first wish. The second wish would be sicknesses and diseases. I wouldn't want, that to, affect lives, because people are very important, because the value of a person is what's really important to me, because I honestly believe, like, we as people move mountains don't move us. So the more I invest into you, and the more you obtain and get out of what I'm investing into you, is a great thing in my heart, and to be able to give.
Very good.
Three. Three.
Well, maybe you just have two added to his, and that's okay, because as life go on, you will gain that. Now, Cuts for Kids. What is this through your nonprofit program? What is this?
Well, it's a program that we offer the last Saturday of each month. And what we do at locations, which would be on the flyer, we're offering free tapers and edge-ups to kids or children between the ages of 5 to 18. If you are a student and you cannot afford to get your hair cut, or it is a financial burden on you to get your hair cut, this is what we are here for. We understand that your physical appearance goes directly with your academic success. And when you go to school, kids can be harsh. When you go to school and you don't have the haircut like everyone else does, kids will talk about you. And instead of being in class attaining knowledge, you will sit there and think and wish and dream about everything that you wish you had that would stop you from being talked about. So this is one of many programs that we have to help with the physical appearance of our children, because unless you help them with how they look, they won't even let you get into their heads. So we want to start from the outside appearance and let them know how much your appearance has to do with your academic excellence, and teach them that it goes hand in hand.
Well, Lady D and I are a part of a ministry called One Faith Fellowship.
Okay.
And One Faith Fellowship would like to sow into what you all are doing. And so on behalf of One Faith Fellowship, our board of directors, we want to sow $300 into your ministry.
Thank you.
That's why I don't care what you guys
You do all that on camera. You do all of that. And we just want to join with you, because we support you. We want to sow in you. Like you said, we want to invest in you.
Thank you.
Because of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Now we're down to the last, bless you, we're down to the last couple of minutes of the show. So what, in a nutshell, would you want to leave with our audience? First, Jamal.
Well, what I want to leave with our audience is, like Brother Nakia said earlier, we are here. So take advantage, use us up. I don't know where we place our information at, but we want to invest and into the people, and kids, inner city youth who feel like I have nothing, I come from nothing. You know, we want to show you a different side of, you know, what's outside your backyard.
All right.
Yeah, so
All
I
right.
mean, we're here.
That's
so,
powerful. Use you up, huh?
Yes.
What would be your last remark?
Help us, and that's what we're here to do. We want you guys to help us empower our community as a whole. So many of our children think no one cares. You grow up in a household of negativity, you sometimes develop a negative reaction and a negative outcome to everything, and we want to give them something positive to look forward to and show them that someone cares. And if you show us that you care, we will give that to those kids, and we will make sure that the children know that it's not us, it's your community that is helping us help you. So again, help us, help us.
All right. Lady D, you have a final remark?
Yes, I do. You know, I've been an educator, and I worked with what they call the downtrodden. One of my schools, we recover dropouts. And all I want to say to the two of you, I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
But I also want to let you know, some will, some won't.
Yes.
So don't let those who want get you down, because just think of everyone that you help, how rewarding that's going to be
Yes,
for you.
yeah.
So don't let it get you down. That will happen. I'm a witness.
Thank you.
Keep the good luck to you. That's right.
Keep on smiling.
That's right.
Yes, ma'am.
To your audience, I know that you have been touched and inspired by our show today with these two young men who are really striving to go against the tide of life. They could just fold up and just sit down and drown in sorrow and self-pity, but they have chosen not to. They have chosen to arise above that. As Nakia said, help them help others. And so we want you to know that it is important that we impact our youth, because impacting our youth helps all of us.
Yes, yes.
Sow into some youth life. Let them know that they are special. You know, give them a hand. Help them out. Love them. If they are coming around to where they will know that they're important, they'll make a difference in their community, which will also indirectly or directly impact you. So bless yourself and help our youth. Until next time, know that we love you. Write us. Our contact information will be at the end. Want to contact them, and we'll be glad to do the hookup. We love you. God bless you.
God bless you.
Amen. Very good.
Thank you so much.
Wow.